In this important lesson, I will show you how to use one of the most valuable pieces of equipment in the gym, the heavy bag. I will teach you combination punches that will develop speed and power in all your techniques. Let's begin with a very strong stance. Keep your feet shoulders width apart, elbows in tightly, protect your rib cage. Keep your hands up near your chin. When you strike out, twist your hip with the jab at the same time as you strike. Follow along whenever I do the techniques. It's very important that you try to mimic my form. Strike to the nose, jaw. Now let's come around with the right cross. The power starts from the stance up. I twist my foot and hip, driving my right hand, twisting my fist as I strike. Reaching out. Jab and cross. Let's put them together. Strike and bring the other hand back to protect your chin. Very important. Snap, snap. It's a snapping motion. Watch the application on the heavy bag, the most important piece of equipment in the training gym. The stance is strong and powerful, elbows in, snapping out. Twist your hip, twist your fist as it hits. Snap. Don't let your hand drop down. Bring it back like a whip. It snaps out and back. This is very dangerous to drop your hand. Never do this. Come back and protect your jaw. Same with the right cross. Don't drop your hand. Snap. Retract. Always come back for defense after offense. Jab, cross. Put it together very smoothly, relaxed. Start slow and build up your speed and power. Very good. Concentrate on watching the technique. Notice the power that's developed through coordinating the stance, hips, and hands together. Everything's working from the bottom up. Snap the punches out and back. Don't drop the lead hands. Now let's move on to heavy bag striking combination number 2. Now in this technique, we're going to again start with a very strong stance, keeping our elbows in. We start with the left hook, striking across to the jaw. A lot of people have the wrong technique when they strike with the hook. They lose control of their body. It's a very sharp, short movement, snapping around and back. Bring the elbow up and across with the punch. Follow this with the right hook. So we have a lead hook and a backhand hook. Twist the hips and the punch at the same time. Don't sweep around with a wide punch. Very short and powerful. Use your hips. Hook left, hook right. Very, very powerful close fighting technique when you're close to your opponent. You see? Elbow around, snap the punch. Come back, protect your ribs and jaw. Very short, fast movement. A close range punch, when you're clinching with your opponent, or following up with a jab. You're moving in, throwing hooks. I want you to follow along with me. Study the tape carefully. The technique is very important. Proper technique is what creates power and speed and balance. Elbows back, protect your chin. Keep your hands close to the sides of your jaw. Hand striking combination number 3. Continuing with the heavy bag. In this technique, we'll cover the uppercuts. The target area is underneath the chin. We'll start with the lead hand uppercut. Very strong base. Keep your elbow into your side, snapping the punch straight up and back. Turn your hip into the punch as you strike. It's a short, snapping motion. The uppercut again is for in-close fighting. Watch it on the heavy bag. Snap the punch out and back. When you strike, your palm is facing your nose. Watch carefully in slow motion. The technique is compact, always protecting yourself after you strike. Don't let your punches linger out there for any amount of time. As quick as you snap out, you snap back. Getting ready to strike and strike again. Combination number 4, working out on the heavy bag. You should be working up a good sweat by now. Now follow along again. Take your stance. This time, working an elbow into the face area of your opponent. In Muay Thai kickboxing, an elbow is allowed. With your lead elbow, turn your hip as you drive your elbow sharply across the jaw. It comes down in a hacking, cutting motion. You're striking to the temple, jaw, nose. The same technique is applied from the back elbow. So here's your opponent, the heavy bag. Elbow comes up and down. This is a brutal, devastating, and lethal infighting technique. Excellent for the Muay Thai ring or the street. Concentrate on striking more with the point of the elbow. Notice the compact motion. The elbows come back to protect the head and sides of the body. Come back to the starting position. Do not swing wild, leaving your arms out there. Snap back. Now, let's move on to combination number 5 on the heavy bag, the spinning back fist, a very devastating technique. Okay, we're going to set this technique up with a jab. It's a spinning back fist into your opponent's head. Watch. You're moving around, jab, jab, setting him up, stepping in, spinning around with the tight back fist to the jaw. This is a very deceptive and hard to block technique. It might work well for you. Watch. Jab, spin quickly forward, back fist. Watch on the bag. This technique has tremendous force and power. A great knockout technique. It's not used that often, but when it is perfected, it can be deadly. Try it sometime. It's also a good technique if someone grabs your lead arm and pulls you forward. You spin around, striking them with the back fist across the jaw. Notice the footwork. As I jab, I continue forward, spinning around with the strike. There's no hesitation. It must be done in a split second. Watch at full speed. Instant knockout with the spinning back fist. Combination number 6 is a must-have for your fighting arsenal. Okay, now let's put some techniques together. Okay, we're going to add the elbow as the follow-up technique. Jab, follow elbow, uppercut. So let's put them all together. Let's work it. Jab, elbow, uppercut, hook. You must be able to throw all your techniques at any given moment. So put these combinations together. Watch me closely. Now work it into a routine on the heavy bag. All your striking techniques that I've just shown you. These are the techniques I use to devastate my opponents in the ring. They've brought me many world titles in Vale Tudo, no holds barred, and Thai kickboxing. Put them together. Work with me. If you don't have a heavy bag, just shadow box along. Follow me. Now, combination number 7 begins with the kicking techniques on the heavy bag.
Agora eu vou passar técnicas de joelho. Ok? Mas eu
You must be a well-rounded fighter.
use bom material.
Being a good puncher is not enough today in the ring or nose-hold barred competition.
Posição de olhada frontal. Vamos começar com a olhada frontal.
The first kick will be the knee strike, very deadly in-fighting technique.
Frente, ok?
To throw the proper knee, you must drive the hips back and push the knee high and forward.
Esquerda. Vamos usar. Quando usar a esquerda, procure tocar a base para poder ter mais poder de punch.
Also be able to switch to add more power using the back knee or front knee.
Agora vamos fazer o mesmo movimento no saco.
The knees are used to the body or the head when you grab behind the neck. Notice the hip movement. As I force the knee, my hips push forward and drive back.
Ok?
It's the fine points of the technique that make it perfect. No one can withstand a full power knee strike to the face or midsection. It's just too devastating a technique.
Sempre utilizando o quadril à frente, ok? A esquerda.
Work the shuffle stance, driving it in. Now, number 8 is the circular knee strike to the rib cage.
Ok. Agora eu vou passar uma técnica de
In this technique, you're coming around to the side of the body with your knee,
joelho lateral.
striking into the ribs.
Posição.
The other knee was a direct knee. This is a circular knee strike to the body.
E a sua perna.
Bring your knee out and around,
Ok?
striking more with the side of the knee.
Mesma coisa, esquerda. Abra.
This technique is used when you're in a clinch, very close to your opponent. Target area is the rib cage. Watch on the heavy bag. Bring your knee out and high and around and in. It's a circular motion to the opponent.
Ok?
This knee is very effective when he's defending his midsection very well. With this knee, you come around and into the sides of the ribs. I will now teach you the roundhouse kick to the leg, one of my favorite Muay Thai and striking techniques that I also use in Ultimate Fighting.
E agora, outra técnica de chute baixo. Um low kick. Ok?
Now, this low kick is very technical. To do it properly, you must have the right technique.
No quadril. Ok? Deixando o peso
Come from the back leg, snap out, hitting with the instep or shin of your foot
sempre alto.
into his thigh.
Inclinando um pouco por esquerda. A mesma coisa. Colocando a base.
This kick is to the opponent's leg. Do the reverse shuffle.
Ok? Vamos ver nossa.
Okay? Let's start with the back leg.
Muito importante. Não o pé, sem a canela. Ok?
Make contact with your instep and shin.
Esquerda.
Now shuffle your stance and strike for more power.
Direita. Ok?
I've won many fights by kicking to the opponent's leg where he can no longer continue because of the pain. Excellent street fighting technique. Now let's put some of these techniques together. Watch carefully. Okay, now, combining the hands and feet as if in a real fight. This is what would happen. Follow your punches with a kick. Follow your kick with punches. Be versatile. Work all your techniques. Now let's bring it to the heavy bag. The heavy bag builds endurance, power, accuracy, stamina. There's very few people in the world who can even strike a heavy bag for more than 3 minutes. You have to be in good shape, and the bag will get you in shape. It's realistic training. Work it, work it, work it. Use that heavy bag in your gym. Don't let it just hang there. You should strike it for 10 rounds, 10 2-minute rounds every other day. Working the heavy bag alone will get you in the best shape of your life. This is what I tell all my students in all my seminars. Elbows, knees, punches, kicks. Become a complete fighter. Always maintain strong balance when performing on the heavy bag. Keep your head up. Good stance on every technique. When training, I recommend the following routine. A good warm-up, of course. And then shadow boxing, working a heavy bag at least 4 days a week, 20 to 30 minutes each workout. Now, similar to the heavy bag is the training dummy. This enables you to fight realistically on the ground to work your strikes, full power without hurting your opponent. Okay, get the dummy in the guard position. Control the head. You control the head, you control the opponent. Okay, from here you work your strikes on the ground. Elbow to the top of the head. Also work your heel strikes into the kidneys, into the spine, into the back of the opponent, into the thighs. Strike the dummy full power, developing your strikes for real fighting. Now you're in the mount position. Now work your strikes from the mount. Elbows into the thighs, reaching over, striking to the face, controlling the arms of the opponent, which in this situation is your dummy. It enables you to fight full power. This is a must-have piece of equipment. Controlling the arms, headbutts. Headbutts into the face. Work your base, work your stance. Punching. Work combinations, elbows, headbutts, punches. Now, you're in the side mount position, working strikes full power from the side mount. From here, control your opponent, control the head, work your knees into the rib cage. These are the techniques you're going to use in a street fight, so you must train realistically. Acquire a dummy for this. Elbows to the rib cage, across the jaw, knees, work in combination. These are the techniques that are going to save your life. Control the head, knees to the head. The way you train is the way you fight in reality. So train realistically. Knees to the back of the head. Again to the rib cage, working from the side mount.
Vamos ver agora atravessado na montada. É muito importante você trabalhar o carro aqui. Round de 5 minutos. Com joelhada,
Knee to the ribs.
chineladas. 5 minutos cada
Straight down with the elbow.
joelho, depois soco, depois procura montar.
Go to the mount position. Work all your positions. Guard, mount, side mount. Combinations. This is what happens in the street and in the ring.
Também podemos utilizar chave de braço.
Work arm locks, arm bars on the dummy.
5 minutos também. Também podemos
These special drills will enable you to create leverage.
ganhar, montar na alta. Mão no rosto.
Armbar.
Quadril. Podemos utilizar
Follow up with strikes to the head. Everything you do on a dummy, you can do in a real fight.
Ok, agora vamos ver ataque nas costas, ok?
Now, attacking the opponent's back. You have your opponent in the guard from the back position. Again, work your locks, work your chokes,
Trabalhando no estrangulamento. E ao mesmo tempo,
work all your grappling and controlling techniques. Heel strikes,
do batalhão.
cross arm choke
Nos braços,
to arm lock.
acompanhados na bebida. Passar e fechando o ataque.
Without the dummy, you wouldn't be able to strike full power in training.
Domina aqui no braço, batendo. Ou empurrando a cabeça.
Bring him around into an arm lock combination.
Domínio.
So work your timing, work your movements, work your flow of techniques, but you can do them full power with the dummy. You don't have to hold back. You can really let go.
Domínio.
Strikes with the heels,
Usa as pernas.
cross leg holding.
Os ganchos só estão ganhando.
Keep your legs free so you can strike with the heel.